I've got to start this video off with a question. What is going on in Wisconsin? What are you all doing? Now, before you get mad at me, I grew up in southeastern Ohio. I lived there most of my life. Then I moved to Wisconsin. I lived there for 3 years. And then now I've been a Kansas resident here for going on about 5 years. So I spent 3 years in Wisconsin. As a matter of fact, I was in central Wisconsin, which is about 45 minutes away from this town. I lived in the Marshfield, Spencer, Abbotsford, Colby area. And in this article, what we're about to read went on in Wausau, which is again about 45 minutes away from where I was. And I liked Wausau. It was a nice town. They got this really nice big mountain where you can go skiing. Of course, I never went skiing. That's just not my thing. But you can go up there and ski. Actually, as a matter of fact, my wife and I went up there. They had this big wooden observation tower. You can, go up it, and you could see felt like forever. It was really beautiful. They had this really nice place you could eat. You walked in, it looked like a cave. Oh, what was that called? The mining something or another. It's like miners and pickaxes and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool. It was a nice town. But here, this is back in October 20th. This was written by James Wigderson. I apologize if I butchered your name. And the town of Wausau is considering fining hunters for hanging their deer carcasses outside. So if you're a deer hunter in Wausau, Wisconsin, and you hang your deer out there, you're in fear of being fined $50. Here's the proposed potential ordinance here. No person shall dismember, display, eviscerate, hang, skin, or slaughter any animal or part of any animal in any front or side yard, in any rear yard other than an enclosure that will present such activity from being viewed by persons adjacent to such yard or on any public property in the city. You go on down here, and he explains how this doesn't infringe or violate hunters' rights. And how he explains it here, the way this works is, well, it doesn't infringe on hunting itself. So you can hunt all you want, and so it's not going to violate that or infringe on a hunter's right. It's just saying, after you go on your hunt and you harvest your animal, you just can't hang it up in your backyard. You're going to get fined $50. It goes on down here and explains it doesn't just apply to deer. It's any game that you hunt, and fear of being fined $50. So it's just like, man, what is going on there? I know Madison. Let's just say it how it is, a little liberal, right? I didn't know Wausau was like that. It's central Wisconsin. So that's the proposal they had. Since I lived close to that area, I felt invested in this. So I actually emailed the city council or whoever. I think I got a hold of the secretary. I emailed him. I was like, this is ridiculous, and I kind of shared with them my thoughts on that. But good night. Just if you're offended by anything, here we'll just shut it down and ruin it for everybody else. Just think of in recent memory, in my own lifetime, I'm not that old. I've seen crosses taken down because they offend people. I see people protest and march things that I definitely don't agree with and am offended by. I see people wave flags that I don't agree with and I'm offended by them. I've seen people take down statues of people and historical events that have happened. I don't agree with that. I'm offended by it. I already said crosses. Statues of the Ten Commandments. Those have been taken away from public places. Like I said, crosses taken out of public places. All because people are offended by these things. And I'm offended by a lot of these people and the things that they do. But I don't try to eliminate their right to voice their opinion or to do whatever they legally have the right to do. I don't go around doing that. And here we have a group of people who are offended by hunters hanging their carcasses, and as a result, they want to basically ruin it and ban. Let's call it out how it is. It's basically they want to ban hunting, and this is just the first step. We're going to fine you for your animal. My fear is that if we don't, as a hunting community, if we do not get more people involved in hunting, it's going to be something we're going to say goodbye to in our lifetimes. And this kind of stuff right here is just the beginning. And like I said, let's call it what it is. It's taking a right away. It's taking a freedom you have and taking it away. That's what's going on. The funny thing for me is to think back, okay, what's in Wausau? How did a town like Wausau even begin? And maybe I'm speculating here, but I'm guessing a town along the river, whenever it was founded, probably the 1800s, they were probably hunters, traders, fur bearers, trappers. So hunting and trapping is probably what put Wausau on the map. It was along the river, so people probably came through there, and they were probably trading pelts and all that kind of stuff. That's probably what put the town on the map. Could you imagine the people who founded Wausau? And for them to look at it today and what people are proposing to basically eliminate what put the town on the map to begin with. It's just mind-boggling to me. I almost said mind-boggling because of Will Ferrell, but mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to me that was proposed to happen. What on earth is going on? Now, thankfully, since this is October, this is kind of old news. So there's an update on that. So the update here is the proposal fails. And now this is from Shireen Seward. And this was published on October 21st. So this is right after that article, the first article. And as it is explained here, there were two well-respected individuals, residents of Wausau, who complained about this. And, as they complained about it, their rationale or their reasoning is, it looks bad, it's disgusting, and, we don't want kids seeing this kind of thing when they come home from school. So, based off of that, some people in the community were like, oh man, maybe we should really consider doing this. So they were considering doing it. And then, as this short article ends, a Wausau pilot review story published October 20th advising residents of the proposal drew strong opposition from members of the community and a Wisconsin Natural Resources board member. As a result of the feedback, members of the Public Health and Safety Committee on Monday opted not to move the ordinance forward. Thank God. It's just ridiculous what this stuff has come into. It didn't pass because your average Joe had enough of it. They realized, hey man, our rights are about to be taken away. We better say something or do something. And it happened. But again, like I said earlier, this is all getting to a point and a place that if we don't grow hunting, we're not going to have it at some point. And so I encourage everybody I can, take a kid out. Take a high school kid out. Take them hunting. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl, whatever. Take some kids out and get them involved. Don't just make it about you and your pursuit of, whatever trophy animal you might be after. And I wish you the best in that pursuit. But If we don't share and grow this, tradition, it's no longer going to be a tradition that's recognized anymore. And so, I just want to read you a quick verse I wrote down. It comes from Psalm 103, verse 2, and essentially it just says, count your blessings. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. God has blessed each and every one of us. It's one of our duties to count our blessings and give God the glory for those blessings. I hope this video maybe has informed you, maybe opened your eyes up a little bit to what's going on. But again, I'm thankful that ordinance didn't pass, and I'm thankful that there were enough people that stood up in opposition to it. And my encouragement to you is always, draw near to God.